Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another CRL video. Today, we are going to be going over our rankings in a nicely made PowerPoint presentation. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going over what I think are the top 20 teams of the Eastern and Western conferences. I decided to do 20 because there are 16 teams that will be making league play in each conference, as well as just 4 teams I think that are potential underdogs to make it. And I also left in some honorable mentions for teams that I thought, okay, maybe they could underdog, but I really don't see it happening this semester. There's a lot of teams that are really I'm unsure about. I try to make sure to go as much off of the rosters that are in qualifier one, which you just closed 10 minutes ago. However, I did notice that there were a couple teams that are for sure playing this semester that weren't there. So maybe they're just playing qualifier two or something like that. I don't know. Let's go ahead and get right into it, starting with the Eastern Conference. Starting off with what I think are going to be 11th through 20th, we have Durham College, St. Clair Gold, which is the quote unquote A team of St. Clair, Nichols College, Kennesaw State, St. Clair Green, the supposed B team, Illinois State, Valleyfield, Harrisburg, Stockton, and Northern Kentucky. I think that I took a lot of inspiration when it comes to the East from specifically Summer Series. I feel like that was just our big time to really see all these teams playing at a more professional capacity. We have had a couple of recent tournaments, specifically the Colleague X Danger Taco X some sponsor happening just last night, where I was able to look at it a little bit, but I didn't want to take from that specifically. I added a couple of honorable mentions. I moved a couple of teams slightly around because of it. Um, but I think that this is honestly pretty close. I think maybe Stockton could be moved up one or two, but the East is so competitive at this point, and Stockton has been slowly falling over the years, so it's really hard to tell. The one that I'm really concerned about, though, Durham College at number 11, they're not signed up for qualifier number one. I don't know why. It's a team that is like very clearly going to do well. I mean, Jordan, former slash maybe current pro player, Zosie and Wildfire, they played really well in Summer Series. So, guys, get signed up, please. I really want this team to do well. Another one to talk about, just a little controversy. Nichols College had to get DQ'd from Summer Series because Polar was still in Europe. But he's 100% in North America now. It's all good now. So we'll have to see how they do here. It's our first time really getting to see them, but from the very short span we got in Summer Series, it's a good looking team. I did recently just bump up St. Clair Green because of their performance in the colleague tournament that just happened and is going on tonight as well. They, managed to qualify top 8 of the open qualifier alongside St. Clair Gold, I believe. So have to give them credit where credit's due. They put up a really good fight. And then moving on to 1st through 10th, I feel like we're going to see some very popular names here, of course. Actually, no, let's start at 10. Let's start at 10, build our way back up. I wish I could do it like one at a time, but I'm putting this together last minute, let's be real. Number 10, we're putting Akron Gold, the quote-unquote B team. I think that they're solid, but, I think that they're a little inexperienced, so we might not see them up in the top 8 for a little while. We have Algonquin. That's the one where I'm really not using Colleague as a big reference. They lost to, I think, Bruton Parker College, and then DQ'd in the lower bracket. I mean, I think that they just, had something going on and didn't do stuff. And then we have Fisher Friends. First of all, this is a team of Jasper, Falls, and Diaz. These are rank X, rank A players. If you're not aware of the 6-man rankings, very good, near pro player level. We're talking like day 3 close qualifiers, RLCS, maybe even making the main event once, possibly. But we're talking like bubble potential players here. They look really solid. They ran the upper bracket. Granted, I think they had a pretty easy bracket for Colleague. So really great stuff. And then we have Akron Blue. I mean, you can't discount Akron Blue. They still have Tristan. They're, looking solid. It's Akron, right? It's Akron. You can't discount that. And then we have Northwood White, and then Ole Miss, Ball State, West Virginia, Fisher College at number 2, and Northwood Blue at number 1. Maybe Fisher College should be number 1. We're gonna let this slide for now, okay? 1 and 2, the difference isn't important right now. Either way, those are the two teams doing really well. I think top 4 are very solidified in being the top 4. Ole Miss did upset Northwood Blue in the summer series, though, so we'll have to see. Northwood White is known for doing really well in league play. Akron Blue, Fisher Friends, two teams that absolutely could run it up. The East is deadly in every way. I don't even know. Like, I think like 1 through 6 are guaranteed. 7 and 8 are guaranteed 7 and 8. I think, in my opinion. And then like 9th through 14th, I think are for sure making uh league play. And then everyone else is just, okay, you know what? Throw it together for the last 2 spots. Speaking of those last 2 spots, we also have some honorable mentions. These are especially coming after colleague, but I made the first of all the teams I had on the list, but didn't make them top 20. Other ones are teams that just did really well last night. Rochester, of course, making league play pretty often. Oakland University, they kind of make their way through a lot of times. However, they're kind of one of those gatekeepers. They often don't make league play, and they find themselves in the last chance qualifier making runs pretty often. Laval recently was just in league play. King University, I'm going to be honest, guys, you still got to figure out how to like not play like 3 ranked players, but these guys have the skill to really upset some of these teams. I am convinced of that. Bruin Parker just showed up really well last night. Davenport just showed up really well last night. And South Florida, they will just randomly pop off, and they did that last night. So it's really exciting to see all of these East teams. You can see there's so many. I have 27 teams that are on this list, even though I'm supposed to have 20, and only 16 are able to make it into league play, which I think says an absolute ton about how strong the Eastern Conference is. But we have to talk about the debate, the East-West debate. Who is going to be on top? How well can the West contend with the East? Well, I'm not talking about that today. I'm just going over the West by themselves. We might talk about it at the end, just a little bit. But starting off, 11 through 20, we have. I'll go from the bottom up. Number 20 is Dragonas Carolina, one of the couple of Mexican teams that are really strong. 19 North Texas, 18 Cal Poly, 17 Utah Red, 16 UT Dallas, 15 UT Arlington. Texas very low this time around. 14 Oregon, 13 Wichita State, 12 Mizzou, 11 Kansas. And this is where some people might think it's bias, but number 10 UNLV, number 9 Colorado State, right there. I wonder why they're on this list. It's not bias. I actually believe this. Number 8 Missouri S&T, number 7 Borregos, number 6 is Columbia Silver, the B team. Number 5 is Oklahoma Christian. Number 4 is Boise State. Number 3, Maryville. Number 2, St. Edwards. And number 1 is Columbia Navy, aka the A team. This is, I felt like, one of the easier lists to put together, except for like specific order. For one, I think that like the top 8 are very solidified. Columbia is obviously number 1. St. Edwards puts up a very clear number 2, if not number 1 themselves. They've been running it up. Summer series, they got 2nd place to West Virginia at the HUE event, which I made a video on, which you should check out. They got 1st against West Virginia again. I mean, St. Edwards looks really good. And in Maryville is such a new team that we think that they just haven't put it together yet. But this is a team that could easily contend with both of those. Boise State, that's one where I'm not sure about. They did beat Ole Miss in summer series, and Ole Miss, looked really well. They just beat Northwood Blue right before that. So Boise State is one of those teams where it's like they're definitely in the conversation, but I don't think you could put them on top right now. Oklahoma Christian is in a very similar position. Columbia Silver, the names alone put them there. Samba, Cosmic Flippy. I mean, these guys are looking pretty solid. I'm pretty sure it's Cosmic Flippy or it's Cryptic. No, it's Cosmic Flippy. I guess I'll find out when I edit this. Number 7, Borregos, and number 8, Missouri S&T. I think those are very solidified 7th and 8th places. Number 9, I have Colorado State. When I put this list together, I was constantly going back and forth for teams. Okay, can they beat the team right above them? Can they beat the team right below them? Colorado State, I think, is perfectly right here. Missouri S&T, I think that we could beat them. We absolutely have the potential to be 7th, even 6th potentially. But being realistic, I think that we beat UNLV and all the teams below that 9 times out of 10. Missouri S&T, I think it's maybe 50-50. Borregos, again, 50-50, maybe 60-40 in their favor. Same with Columbia Silver. So I tried keeping it as unbiased there as possible. I think that Colorado State is number 9 in the West. I mean, when I was on the roster this summer, we, should have made top 32. We beat 2 teams in our group, lost to Kennesaw State, who is a really solid East team. And now, I'm back on sub. We have a better player. So I see no reason why CSU shouldn't be number 9. UNLV number 10. Garen and we are still there. I believe Creature's their 3rd. The West is very top heavy all of a sudden. Before it was, everyone was kind of spread out, but we were almost all worse than the East. Now we have 3 teams, I would say, that could fully contend with the East. 4 through 6, I think, could solidly contend with the East. Maybe not the top dogs. And then it trickles out. 7 through 9 is like, okay, you can't contend with the East, but you can beat the rest of West. And then 10 all the way through 20 is just boom. Good luck guessing. I don't know what else to put. And then, of course, we do have our honorable mentions of San Diego State and Weber State and Colorado Boulder, CU Boulder at number 69. You're welcome, Spark. You better be watching this video because he asked for this. He genuinely asked for this. And with the whole rivalry with football and everything going on recently, as well as us actually playing them on the 7th, we'll have both A teams going against each other. I believe both B teams there as well. It's a fun rivalry to have with CU Boulder and CSU. I'm very happy about it. Boulder, you guys suck. And that's actually all I have. So I'm just gonna bring it way back to the start page. Let me know what you guys think about the rankings down below. What are your guys' rankings? I'd love to hear them. I am being part of the colleague analysts on Twitter this semester, so go ahead and see all of my rankings over there as well. The top 48 East and West mixed together. You can already guess that I put East pretty high up compared to West, and Colorado State probably too high. But I really appreciate you guys' support. It's been awesome to do this channel so far. Make sure to go like and subscribe. This is a new channel. Please, I need your numbers. Bigger number, better person. And I feel like a bad person right now. So go subscribe. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.